All right, guys. Coach, why don't you open up, talk a little bit about what you guys have done in the last few games to kind of win a few.
To God be the glory. Thank God for a new year, and just thank Him for all His blessings, good and perfect gifts. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. You know, one of our goals going into the year, the season, was just to try to improve every day. Just try to improve every day and get better every time we step on the court, in the weight room, in the classroom, and just get better. I think we're starting to see our improvement and our growth as a team. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't always resonate into you know, final score, you know, being a win, but that's something that we've been able to grow into, and I think right now the last couple of games probably been our best all-around games of the year on both ends of the court. Probably the last two games against Texas, San Antonio, and St. Louis, the biggest improvement has been in our defense. You know, we've done a good job of executing the game plan, and really our stats on the defensive end have been the best of the year. And we look at field goal percentage defense, three-point field goal percentage defense, rebounding and points allowed. And, I think in both games, those stats have been good. So again, thank God, to God be the glory. But we seem to be getting better.
Questions, guys?
You mentioned the defensive stats in Buffalo. You were first or second, I think, in the league in like defense, field goal defense. What do you see from them when you look at the film? What makes them so good defensively?
Well, I don't really just being in the league and playing against Buffalo and Reggie's teams, you know how hard they're going to compete every game, and you know that defense is going to be a big part of who they are and their effort and the toughness they bring to every game, you know, how hard they play and their toughness. So whenever you got great effort and toughness and a commitment to defense, you know you're going to get that from Buffalo. You definitely have to match their effort and their toughness, and you know, you got to expect to really work hard for everything you get. But that's just part of who they are.
Coach, will you talk a little bit about moving into the conference schedule? You talked to Coach Miller a little bit ago, and he talked about when you play non-conference teams, maybe they don't know what you do or exactly how you do it, or maybe personality can kind of sneak up on them, but that really isn't the case once you hit the conference schedule, is it?
Well, yeah, of course they know you better than most of the teams that you play, especially the teams in your division. You play twice a year. But you know, after we played 14 games, you know, there's a lot of film out there on every team. You might have new personnel. You know, you add some wrinkles, but you know, most teams have a personality, have I guess a kind of a DNA, you know, so you kind of know the foundational parts, but still, you know, you're always trying to be innovative. You're always trying to improve your team. So, and the basics don't change no matter who you play. You know, if you don't defend and rebound, you don't execute offensively and share the ball, you don't make the game easy on the offensive end, then it doesn't matter. if your foundation is cracked, whether it's league or non-league, you know. But there's not as many secrets, I think, out with league players as there is out of conference, but the fundamentals are the same. You know, the fundamentals are the same, so that doesn't change.
You were able to win in St. Louis without arguably one of your two best scorers not scoring a point. Can you talk about both of that, the way your offense competed without Scott being able to score, but then what he did? I mean, he led you in rebounding and steals again. Just
Scott, I think if one thing I hope everybody realizes, I realize it, our coaches realize, and hopefully he realizes it, is that he does more for us than just score. I mean, I think that's this year maybe been more noticeable than any year, but you know, he's our leading rebounder. Last year he was right there with Otis. He's generally our best offensive rebounder. He led us in steals. You know, he's at the top of the charts in assists. You know, he can help us win games without scoring a point, and St. Louis was a great example. You know, he played 30 minutes, and like you said, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and he just makes an impact on the game in a lot of areas. So, and you know, we shot 52% from the field against St. Louis. We didn't make a 3. We only shot 4, but that was the right way to play. It was the right way to play. We scored 42 of our 67 points in the paint, played inside out. D. Brown offensively got it going in Austin. You know, was big for us around the basket. I thought Jordan really gave us a lift and made things happen on the court. And Torian Oglesby, I thought, was very efficient, 4 for 4 around the basket. So, you know, we want Scott to score, but Scott does so much more that whether he's scoring or not, he's helping our team win. So that's you know, you hope you have balance. And in another area, I think, I was looking at the stats today, the last couple of games, but throughout the year, you know, our bench points, our bench scoring has been really good. We have 40 bench points against St. Louis. 40 of our 67 points came off the bench, you know, and that, you know, that's not unusual. Against Texas San Antonio, 25 of our points came off the bench. So we've been getting excellent offensive production from our bench. So, you know, the bird's not on Scott to score, you know, every game, but, you know, we want him to score, but he does a lot there.
Will you talk a little bit about D's performance? He was named MAC East Player of the Week.
Yeah, congratulations to him. You know, D, as a basketball player, skill-wise, I mean, offensively, he's probably our most skilled offensive player as far as being able to play off the dribble, make open threes, handle the ball. You know, the big thing I challenge D with is making plays not just for himself, but for other people. And you know, he was efficient this game. He had some big baskets where on the individual effort, but he also had 3 assists and no turnovers. You know, I thought, you know, he made 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He shot 8 free throws. He was 7 of 12 from the floor. So he is, when he's efficient and, you know, he's got the skill level, and when he's keeping the game simple and making plays for other people. But he's a guy, you know, we see consistency from on the offensive end and all around, but he's a guy that we need to make plays for other people and as well as score for himself, and just be an efficient offensive player. And I thought, you know, big road game for him at St. Louis. He played really well for us.
Will you talk a little bit about Joe Jakubowski? Start of the year, he seemed to be struggling not only with his shooting, but in a lot of different parts of the game. And last few weeks, certainly his shooting's come around, and it looks like he's been more efficient with all the parts of his game.
Yeah, I think it's a credit to him. Joe. He wants to do well. He wants to do good things, and I think senior year is a unique experience. You only have one senior year. You're an underclassman. I don't know if you consider it when you're a junior if you're underclassman, but really, your freshman, sophomore, and junior year kind of lead up to your senior year. So I think sometimes it's something you got to grow into. I don't think it's something you got to grow into, and I think that's what's going on with Joe. I think he's getting comfortable. I think he knows the importance of him playing well in terms of us playing well as a team. He knows that he has to be efficient. Efficiency. Point guard playing efficiency, to me, really good point guard playing efficiency come hand in hand. You can't be a high mistake player and be really solid at the point. It's like a quarterback throwing a lot of interceptions or a pitcher walking a lot of batters. You got to be efficient, and that's what he's been. So, and Jordan's learning that too. I thought Jordan has been much more efficient also. I thought the last game against St. Louis, he gave us a big lift. So, when you got two guards that are playing a very efficient basketball, point guards, it makes you a much better team. And I think Joe, he's finding his rhythm, his comfort zone. And again, he's a quality young guy, and he's done a lot of really good things for us, and God willing, more to come.
Would you also talk a little bit about Cam Black, freshman you've started him all 14 games. He's given you quite a few minutes on freshman.